Niel is a distinguished figure in the realm of human geography, holding the esteemed position of a professor at the University of Exeter. His multifaceted role encompasses teaching, graduate student supervision, and pioneering research endeavours. These span environmental geography, ecological and institutional economics, and the sphere of global environmental change. Notably, Niel occupies significant roles in the editorial boards of prestigious journals such as Global Environmental Change, Earth System Governance, Environmental Innovation and Societal Transitions, Humanities and Social Sciences, Communications, Global Sustainability, and Ecology and Society. His influence in the geography domain is further underscored by his recognition as one of the top most 20 influential climate scientists in 2021. In 2024, he released a paper on the study we're investigating during this presentation, which took around 8 weeks for him, alongside others, to write. This paper represents an extension of his scholarly repertoire, delving into themes such as adaptation to climate change, sustainability, resilience, vulnerability of social ecological systems, and migration dynamics in response to environmental shifts. A focal point of our investigation centres on Niel's journal titled Human Security on Urban Migrant Populations Affected by the Length of Residence and Environmental Hazards. This publication illuminates the intricate interplay between migration, climate change, and human security within urban landscapes. Niel's meticulous methodology and data collection techniques, coupled with a critical analysis of climate and conflict research, furnish valuable insights to the complexities of human mobility amidst environmental adversity. Our interrogation of Niel's work yielded a series of pertinent research questions designed to elucidate the nuances of his data collection methodologies, challenges encountered during the project, and the broader implications for contemporary geographical scholarship. Through our discourse with Niel, conducted in person, we gleaned invaluable thirst-hand insights to the significance and intricacies of his research endeavours. This direct engagement not only enriched our understanding of Niel's study, but also furnished a unique and personal perspective, augmenting the depth and authenticity of our presentation. In summary, our encounter with Niel proved instrumental in unravelling the scholarly contributions underpinning contemporary geographical knowledge production.
The methodology used when conducting research in geographical studies has significant importance as the type of data varies from method to method. Predominantly, researchers favour the use of qualitative data as it is particularly useful when aiming to understand the meaning people attach to places through lived experience. In the extract I've highlighted above from the interview transcript, it can be seen that the factors which were focused on researching during the study are best explored via interviewing and qualitative methodology. By studying the lived experience, qualitative methods must be applied, as quantitative research via systematic methods would not be particularly suitable. As discussed by Lunenberg, qualitative methods allow a deeper exploration of the meaning behind overall larger patterns. In this case, the study consisted of interviewing a sample size of 500 participants. Quantitative methods, therefore, would not be the best approach, as researchers cannot conduct follow-up on any answers, and considering the sample size, the characteristics of the participants may not apply to the general population, which would make it not very representative.
One of the difficulties with doing research is often the challenges that are thrown up, either from a geographic point of view or cultural barriers such as language. Language barriers often put limitations on research, as stated by Zeni, although these challenges are being addressed by the increased use of AI, which can help bypass these challenges. However, Adger stated in the interview that COVID was the largest challenge in his research project. Although COVID put restrictions on travel, which limited the ability for visits to be carried out, there were certainly benefits that came from it. This includes the like of online tablet data collection, which allows for information to be collected remotely, as well as the increased use of AI, which addresses other issues with research and generally help speed up data collection, as there is no need for data to be manually inputted into spreadsheets like the past. This shows how overall there are challenges that come with doing research, shown clearly by Adger and his Volta Delta project, but most clearly through the challenges of COVID. The interview, however, did show us that although these challenges exist, with modern technologies, the whole process of doing research can be sped up, showing that these challenges accelerate the inclusion of modern technologies into the research process.
The starting point of any research project for human geographers is to find a specific topic or point of interest that they want to explore, as shown by Flowerdew and Martin in Methods in Human Geography. The aims of the research being conducted must be clear from the start, as ethical questions are vital when preparing to start the research. Phillips and Johns put forward in the book Fieldwork for Human Geography the importance of making sure the research is not exploitative in any way and isn't a potential risk for the informants that could take part in the project. There are many methods that can be used to conduct research, such as interviews, surveys, fieldwork, analysis, and many more, but the methods used when conducting research are not static. Every individual will have different ideas and preferences, which help them to acquire a better understanding of the studied topic. For example, using qualitative or quantitative methods. Different methods show different insights to the world and put forward the diversity of approaches that can be used when doing research. Professor Niel Adger explained his interest in sea level rise in the interview and how coastal areas will be more and more affected by sea level rise and a greater number of people will be displaced, potentially negatively impacting their health and well-being. He studied this topic in particular as more communities will be affected by sea level rise in the future, so a growing number of people could experience issues of well-being. This research in particular was funded by the Wellcome Trust, a medically oriented charity, but he put forward that funding is not always easy to acquire, or that researchers need to go to particular funders who would be interested in their project. This can be the origin of inequalities, as not all countries or charities are willing to fund research. He finally explained that research is generally a slow process which can take months and potentially years to complete.
Niel Adger then discusses the impacts of technology. Like with reviews on a film, with papers being online, you can see how many times it's been downloaded, which gives it a sense of validity. This quote suggests that the impact of technology allows for an easy test of validity on a paper to see how popular it is and what people in a wider circle might think about it. Furthermore, Adger stated these may not necessarily display how wide the circle is. For example, for this project, we've increased the numbers of views on his paper, and this can be seen on a larger scale with key readings in other modules that hundreds of students will read and use. Additionally, these numbers do not display the reasons why someone looks at the paper. However, overall, it's a new metric that changes how we can look at data and research. Larkin and Hasted discuss how AI pollution sensors allow for a study of larger populations. They state that the gold standard of air pollution exposure assessments is personal measurements. However, they say the issue with these is that the studies are on small sample sizes over short periods of time. This shows the benefit of technology as it can give us access to otherwise unknown data. It also becomes more affordable as there's less expenditure on human resources. In 2017, there was 3.8 billion people with smartphones, which was projected to be 6.8 by 2022. As technology is becoming more available and affordable, phones can be used to do research over prolonged periods of time, picking up information. Whilst technology can improve the scope of research capabilities, Larkin and Haystead also discussed the issues related with the technology. This includes ethical issues, privacy, logistical issues, and data science challenges. Overall, they state that a multidisciplinary approach is needed, showing how the rise in technology won't take over research but enhances it as it can work together.